ladies. Welcome back to the channel. Nothing like welcoming sound of a train. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but welcome back to the channel. I'm Sherry Horner, and this channel is for women embracing the second phase of life. And today I want to ask you to join me along on this journey of propagating or separating these clippings of plants. And again, everything I do is an experiment, so I appreciate you joining me and follow me along with this to see what happens. So first of all, my friend Deborah, thank you Deborah, she surprised me and brought me clippings from her plants. She did this when I started gardening 2 years ago, and I was able to grow them. If you've watched my beginning videos of the plants I had on my deck, she brought those to me and I was able to nurture them and grow them. I took them indoors in the fall and I took care of them all winter. But then January of 24, I got really sick and they died. I was so sad. So she now has given me new clippings of all of her plants. So she surprised me with this huge box of all of these clippings. So I am going to separate them and grow them and nurture them all winter long indoors, and have them in my shade garden this summer and summer of 25 to come. So I'm so excited about that. So I hope you'll follow along with me. And also I'm going to try something new. So my daughter does have indoor plants, and she is a high achiever, works a lot of hours, and sometimes she gets run down and needs to rest. Well, a couple of her house plants have gone 1 foot in the grave. So and typically I'm not a house plant person, but I am trying to nurture the outdoor plants that I need to take indoors. So I told her, so this is a secret, those of you that know my daughter, keep this secret. So I said, let me take your indoor plants home. So just a side note, I did take the mums that I propagated over and I filled up her outdoor planters, and they're doing good, and I go around and I nurture them and they look great. So I said, well, let me try your indoor plants. Let me take them home and nurture them and work my miracle on them. Because I really don't know what I'm doing, but you know, as a mom, you want your kids to think you're a miracle worker, right? So I'm going to do a little trickster. Don't tell her. So I'm going to take her spider plant. So I act like I didn't know what it was. I said, what is that? What is that again? She said, it's a spider plant. I knew what it was. But my friend Deborah gave me clippings from her beautiful spider plant. So I'm going to refill this pot with the fresh clippings and take it back to my daughter's house and make it look like I performed a miracle on her plant that had 1 foot in the grave. Shh, don't tell. So she had another one, 1 foot in the grave. I said, what is this? She said, well, it was a fern. So I took clippings from my fern that I had outdoors, and I have just recently taken indoors under the grow light, and I'm going to propagate, see what I can do with it, and do the same thing. We'll see how it works. So thanks for following along with me, keeping my secret. I'll let you know how that turns out. So that's what I'm doing today. So I'm going to clean my little clippers with the alcohol. And again, I've learned things along the way, things, you know, I didn't know anything about gardening. So I just want to give credit where credit is due. I learned things along the way from different YouTube videos, different friends. I think Deborah is one that had told me about that. Like, clean your clippers with alcohol, because if there's any kind of you know, disease or fungus or whatever on anything, it can be transferred and to the other plants. I want to give those a good clean, and I have the other ones too that I use to snip those ferns. Oh, and sometimes these do not work properly. Okay. Make sure those are nice and clean. Okay, got them. Okay, so that's what I'm doing today. And then I have this root starter, which Deborah also told me how to do this. So I'm going to put a little on a plate. I don't dip it down in there. I just sprinkle a little on a paper plate. And I got my soil ready. Let me move this out of the way. So, move things over so you can see what's happening. Put on my gloves. And I have these trays that I already cleaned, and these go under the grow lights indoors. So comment below if you've ever tried propagating. And also, this is a vine. I forgot what she called it. It's some kind of vine. So I want to do one of those too and take that over to my daughter's house, but I think she might have one of those. And these are just empty pots that I'm going to use to put the old dirt in to get rid of that. But I forgot to bring my little watering can over, but I'll get that at the end and make sure everything gets watered in nice. And then so I want to do several clippings here of the Wandering Jude. Now, she had given me the purple heart in the past too. So sometimes I get those confused. Oh, not confused, I just call them by the wrong name. So I only brought 6 containers up for that, but anyway. So this, it might be a lengthy video, it might be a short one, but comment below. If you haven't subscribed, I appreciate your support. You know, just hit that button. Of course, it's free. I appreciate you being a part of this community, and as always, your comments mean so much to me and everyone else, because what you share can inspire so many other people. So I'm going to scrape off the end and then clip it and kind of scrape the end. Get a good sharp just keep in mind I am new to gardening, so the proper lingo, I kind of make up my own words. Scrape off the skin. It's a good thing I'm not a nurse. We'd all be in trouble. Scrape it so it's kind of raw, and then we're gonna, I got some kind of dirt on the plate, but you see where the root starter is, you just rub it in there and you stick it down in the dirt where there are no leaves. Like, make sure there are no leaves down in the dirt. And that may be too tall, we'll see. I haven't done ferns yet, but we'll see. And I'm gonna stick several in the same pot. So just, I'm just gonna do a few on camera because I don't want to bore you. It's kind of like, you know, watching somebody paint by numbers. Hey, you know, once you get it, you get it. But I appreciate you hanging in there with me, and don't want to bore you with watching paint dry. But what do you like to do as far as planting? What's your favorite things to plant? Do you plant any perennials or all perennials, annuals? What's your favorite thing to plant by seed? Or do you only do things by seed? Okay, so there's two. And then, you know, we might snip off the top too, just to, so it doesn't take so much energy away. So let's see. Okay, so that's that. Let's try one of the clippings from, let's see. So she already put some into the, oh, and there's a, oh, forgive me, I forgot the name. If you know the name of this, let me know. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, forgive me, I forgot the name of that. Gardenia, yes, white gardenia. She also gave me that. So there's, I think, 2 clippings, or is that one? Ooh, I just broke one off. Okay, gardenia. And she would give me one of those before too. So let's see, there's some long clippings here. Let me separate some of these. Oh, I don't know if I can separate these. Okay, so let's move on. I'm going to do more of these off camera, but just to show you how easy that can be done. Okay, on to the secret. Shh. Here we go. We're going to get rid of the old one and work our magic. Oh, I need my little shovel. And this is such a cute little pot too. Get rid of this old stuff. Wipe it out. Isn't this cute? Look at that pot. Oh, how cute. Okay, let's get some. Get rid of this stuff too. Right. That came out good, so that was a little extra dry. Look how cute that is. Okay. So, have you ever done any secret miracles like that? Have you ever done any fake baking? I'm not really good at baking. There's like one really good muffin that I make. It's a pumpkin apple muffin, and caramel corn is my thing that I make in the fall. That is really good. Other than that, I don't have a specialty that I bake. Cookies or anything like that. I don't have any spectacular things that I bake. What is something that you bake seasonally or year round? But do you do any fake baking? Do you get the pre-made cookie dough and then kind of jazz it up and ice it up and call it your own? Comment below if you do any fake baking. Okay, let's add some dirt to these babies. And then I have to go get my watering can because don't know if you can hear any construction going on in the neighborhood, but that's what that drilling is. I don't have any major construction going on. Other than this. This is as major as I get right here. Playing in the dirt. That's my major construction. And then cleaning up my dirt. That's a major construction. But, yeah, comment below if you have any secret recipes that you do that you don't tell people the secret behind them, and you keep that secret to yourself, and then you just let everybody think that you're amazing what you make, and you don't let them know that you're fake baking, meaning half of it is store-bought. Okay, so here we go. the magic. Oh, I have to remember which pot it came out of. Okay, it was this one, right? Was it this one? It was in that one, right? I have to make sure it came out of the right one. Or she'll say, wait a minute, it wasn't in that pot. Yeah. Okay, tell me. I'll have to go back and watch the video and make sure. If not, I'll be switching it out. It was in this one, right? I wish you guys could talk to me right now. Tell me. Comment below. Make sure I get it right. Okay, so let me take a clipping from this. These are so beautiful. My friend Deborah really takes good care of her plants. Put this on here. Alright, let's separate this. She's going to be so excited when she sees how I really nursed her spider plant back to health. Alright, I need to go get my watering can so I can really give it some nutrients and a good drink of water. Okay, let's separate these. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think that one will look good. Is that one or is that too much? Yeah, I think I'll go with this one. Okay. Need to get my watering can. I'll be right back. I got my watering can. And ironically, this one project has turned into 3 other ones. I don't know how. Do you ever do that? You start one thing, like especially with decluttering, I find that often. Comment below if this happens to you. You start to do one project and then you go to get something and it turns into 2 or 3 other projects. So I went to get my fern and I thought, in addition to propagating, because I want a lot of ferns in my shade garden next year, I thought I'm going to try to separate it, which I haven't done before, so bear with me. You're going to come along. I appreciate you coming along with me. And we're going to try this because I did want to put it in a bigger pot. So I went ahead and got a bigger pot. And it's going to go back indoors for the winter under the grow light. But I'm going to, I have to cut this baby out. I might have to pause the video and get some bigger choppers to get it out. But so I thought, well, while I'm getting it in a bigger pot, I might as well try to separate it. And then just go ahead and put a smaller portion into a decorative pot. And then put the bigger portion into a bigger pot that will go into my shade garden in the spring. So, bear with me. This is what we are doing. So comment below if you do that. Do you start a project and then it kind of leads into something else? I do that with decluttering. I do make a list. When it comes to decluttering, I'm going to do this and make a list of what needs to be done, and I set a timer. And that's one thing that I really find effective is setting a timer. Okay, I'm going to do for 30 minutes, and then I really get a lot done in that 30 minutes, and I stay focused. But within that 30 minutes, I see how things go, from one thing to the next, and then I will. I really stay focused in that time frame, but within that time frame, things kind of go. I realize, oh, this leads to this and this, and now I know there's other things that need to be done or can be done, or it opens up my eyes to things that need to be done or should be done or that I want to get done. And that's what happened today when I realized, oh, while I'm trying to propagate these ferns, I could be going ahead and opening this up and putting it in a bigger pot and just trying to separate it, which I haven't done, so it's a new venture. So we'll see how it goes. But I am going to get a bigger chopper and cut this baby open. Okay, so I got the fern separated, and instead of putting it in a big pot, I was able to separate it into 2 ferns, which I'm very pleased with, and a smaller fern for my daughter's planter. So things moved in a little different direction, but that's okay. So again, thanks for coming along with me on this journey. And it kind of twisted and turned and moved in a different direction. And at the same time, I decided to go ahead and take clippings from my coleus, which, move this baby over here, which I have several of these, but I thought, well, while I'm playing in the dirt today, oh boy, and doing the clippings with the ferns, I can try a couple. Let me take off my gloves for this. Ooh, it's getting serious if I'm taking my gloves off. So I can take some clippings. I'm gonna clean these babies again. So if I take some clippings from there, so I did take those when we had some cool nights. I took those indoors, so they've been under the grow lights. But next year, my shade garden, you've heard me talk about that before. My garden is full sun, but I do have a shade tree over by the potting shed, and so I have a shade tree that I want to turn into a shade garden under the tree. And I have the coleus, is that what they are? Yeah. So again, this is my first attempt at propagating these. So we'll see if it works. We'll see if it works, or if I can just overwinter the plants. So I have a couple more plants under the grow light indoors. So I'll try both, see if I can grow more off of these clippings, or if I can keep the plants themselves alive indoors and take them out and put them in pots in my shade garden next year. So I haven't done this one before. Everything is an experiment. So I want to encourage you to try something new. Start where you are with what you have, and comment below with what have you started for the first time. I don't know how to do that. A little, put it in the powder, and then we'll see. So it usually takes a couple weeks. You stick it in there, and some put it in water too. So I have some jars inside, and I may put some today and stick those in water, and that usually takes a couple weeks from what I hear, and see if they start to grow roots from there. And we'll try. We'll go from there. So I want to clean this mess up. I'm like a mad scientist, and then show you how everything turned out. So I'm kind of pleased with my experiment, but remember, it's a secret. Don't tell about my little miracle, how I worked a miracle on the fern and the spider plant. We'll keep that our secret, okay? So I'll be back in a moment to show you the finished product, and then come back to watch my next or my future videos to see how this propagation worked on the coleus and the ferns. And you know, stay tuned to all my videos, because next spring hopefully you'll be witnessing my shade garden with all the coleus and ferns and beautiful shade plants in my shade garden. So don't go away. I'm going to show you the finished product today of my experiment. Thanks again for hanging in there with me. Okay ladies, so finished with the project, and this is the final result. So excited about the spider plant. How it turned out. And I think she'll be surprised. And the fern. And this vine, which I can't remember the name of it, but this was actual planter that she had given to me that was in her house, and she didn't need it anymore. So she'll be surprised to see this sitting in the window box along with her revised, rejuvenated plants that I revised or brought back from the grave with my miracle touch. Shh, it's a secret. Keep my secret. You can tell. And then my ferns that I separated from the original one. So I have two. I don't know if you can see both of those. So I put those in the pots, in the blue pots. So now I have two. So I took the one and separated it. And then the propagating, I tried with the ferns. I put several in 4 different pots, and then the coleus, I just did 2 in 1 pot. I'm gonna try some in the jars with the water, so see how that works out. But thank you all so much for going on this journey with me. I appreciate you watching and trying new things. And I'll catch you on the next video. I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. Give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. Just click that thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up, because that helps YouTube push it out to more people. Every thumbs up makes more people want to see it, and helps our community grow, helps my channel grow, and I appreciate you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.